So it looks like Team Zephyr have chosen Strike. They do feel confident with the match. They're going to have a lot more room to play around with, especially with that scope. Do you know how deadly Matcha is with that scope when he gets the chance to be... Looks like he was just very much cornered off by the AKs in mid from Team HIGHJ. Played as disciplined as they can. Not letting the emotions take over their gameplay. And here we go, guys. Map number 2 for HIGHJ versus Team Zephyr. And we'll be starting off with the knife round. As we take it away, let's actually watch it from... Where is Walesy? Walesy is known to be extremely good at knife. Moozle taking that shotgun instead of the AK, giving them the little speed boost. Got to watch out. They are being surrounded here. Walesy, first one to drop, actually. We can call it the commentator's curse, but then again... It is the knife round. Brian moving forward. Machine, the last one standing. He does look a little bit surrounded. Machine, Revy coming in from behind. And that's going to be Team HIGHJ taking the knife round. Where are they going to be staying on the sides? Do they feel confident on attack? It does seem so. Spassky readying up. Here we go, guys. Map number 2, HIGHJ versus Zephyr. With Team Zephyr on defense, HIGHJ on attack. Scopes first round. Let's see what they're going to be doing as we do have that early round pick, especially on Strike. There is that possibility. Match are going to be lining it up as the smokes go out. Not much coming from it. Split and pick here as we have 3 players going A, 2 towards the B side from HIGHJ. Very good first round tactic, just trying to find out where Team Zephyr do play it. Wellesley pushing forward. He's on this A side. It looks like HIGHJ are moving over towards that B side more and more. They have got 2 towards that B shop. Revy peeking over that garage wall. Can he get a tag though, or at least spot something? He won't. And falls back to that lower A side. Lower underlook. Lower overlook. Either way. Has moved into Cafe. There are players towards the bins area. I believe that's going to be Moozle. Yes, it is. Golden AK still in hand. He really does not want to peek around this corner or make that Mr. Revy. He has got Wellesley just off to his right there. He has peeked. Has Moozle seen it? Yes, he has. Spray coming through. Wellesley, Matche, and Moozle. 3 people defense, making sure no one comes out of Cafe. Wellesley's going to be pushing all around. He has actually got a play off to his right. It is Kaz. He's not going to be flanking towards the guys that are into this A side. Did he spot the player on the left-hand side of statue, though? Yes, he has. Pulls out his deagle, lands himself another frag. 3 for him so far in this round. Oryx is your last man standing. He is on the bomb. Wells is going to be pushing this one. He wants his 4-man in. He is going to get it. And that's going to be a first round going to Team Zephyr. Playing that one a lot slower. Then again, we could see that aggressive push that they have been doing, or that aggressive playstyle that they have been doing on Crash towards the later rounds. Once they start feeling confident, Kaz actually going to be playing it really slow with the scope here, not going for an early pick. Smoke's already up by the time he moves out. And he really can't see anything. Matche rings off the shot there onto FZU. Matche with another one there onto Kaz. Superb play there from Matche. Cannot believe that shot, and Zephyr running in it. And really nailing down Team HIGHJ. And I'm guessing this is exactly why they chose Strike. And it seems to be working out so well for them. And with Wellesley having a fast spawn, definitely going to stick with him. Going to be able to run past all those nades. Not even HIGHJ can pull out a nade quick enough to catch off where Wellesley's going. Pops a nade out towards that Cafe side. Lines up his grenade. He might actually catch someone moving towards back Cafe. No, he doesn't. Although now he's got to watch out as there is actually a player towards the back of Cafe. It was Revy who threw out a nade towards Single Palm. Unfortunately, nothing connecting. And now going to be moving towards front A once more. It looks like the split and pick really is becoming more of a problem than a gain for the HIGHJ side, as these 2 players now split away from the rest of the teammates, where they really need someone to try and push in that front A side. Matche takes out Oryx's. Wellesley carries on pushing forward. Takes a gander towards the back of Cafe. Does find Kaz, but now he's got to worry about anyone pushing him from the front. There is someone there. It is Revy. It's going to finally shut him down. Matche also drops in all the gunfire that is going on the map. Although with Machine on that bomb site does take out Rev. And before I can switch over to him, Kaz places a bullet right into him. Kaz with another shot there onto Spassky. Going to close it off there onto Spassky. And that's going to mean 2-1 in favor of Team Zephyr. HIGHJ grabbing the first round. And with Brian yet to get a frag. That's, where is he? Gonna take, I want to take it away with, there we go, Brian. Told me not to call him Brian, which I'm not doing, although I think I'm probably still pronouncing it wrong, and he's gonna hate me for it. But either way, showing him some love. Match A Machine grabbing themselves some frags. You hear the calls coming out there from Match A. He knows there's one around the corner. Is he going to pick up this SMG? Does make some noise doing it, but will still get the frag there onto Revy. Picks up the SMG instead after replacing it. Gets another one there onto Oryx's. Can he go for the final shot there onto Kaz? Where is Kaz? He is on that plant area. The plant shop. Top flowers even. Will Kaz be peeking out though? He knows he could. Match A just not aiming it right there as a Machine going to be the one that finally gets the frag onto Kaz. And that's going to be 3-1. Team Zephyr getting a 2-round lead. Where is Spassky? Here he is. I want to watch a little bit of the B defense, see how he's preventing the split and pick, really affecting Team Zephyr all that. Well, it's not really affecting Team Zephyr all that much. Going to be staying it back, runs around that bomb side, ring around the Rosie, and then moving over to the bin. Interesting way to get there, but it seems to work out for him. But unfortunately, this round is not actually going to do him all that good. Oryx is falling back. Are they going to go back towards that A site? FC moving into Overlook. There is one in B link. FC's got to be careful. Is it Match A? No, it's not. Match has fallen all the way back to spawn. Oh, wow. Quickly jumps up, reacting to his teammate Muzo falling down. And he's going to be taking up the position of that cafe watch, although Wellesley is there just to call it in case something happens. Did he spot one in B alley? Yes, he did. It is an SMG. It is Brian. Brian goes down. What is Matcha going to do? There are two more players in towards this A side. Make that all three as they all move towards that A side. Revy going to get that smoke down. They will be able to cross with this. Is Matcha going to move in though? That is the big question. Yes, he is. He has heard two players moving across, although Revy spots him in the smoke, takes him out. Spassky, your last man standing, and he's all the way over towards the garage side. Takes out Oryx's in mid-shops. And now will he spot the player on that bin wall? No shots coming out, so he can't be too sure of anything. Does spot the player moving in from garage. Well, it's a little bit twitchy. Will he be able to pick up this frag? He should do. He has landed a couple of tags. Gets the shot there onto Revy. There's one more on single palm. He's going to be moving towards his bomb, so he's got to be very careful. Is the shot's going to be coming out here from Evzu? No, he's going to be playing it very keen. Just going to sit in. Doesn't want to give away his position just yet. And will take out Spassky in the end. Spassky, I think he was all the way back towards Tamps, but it wasn't so. And that'll mean that HIGHJ bring it back just one more round, closing that gap. Wanting to bring it back, go 3-3. And with Zephyr having that starting advantage and the side, oh sorry, HIGHJ have the side choice. So HIGHJ should technically be the ones that should be feeling more confident on the attacking side, but it is Zephyr's map. They did choose it. Now with that, we'll be seeing Brian move in. Lands a couple of tags onto Muzo, just teasing him, letting him know, hey, I'm here. And I shall be coming for you any moment. Spassky taking out Efsu. He sees a head bobbing up and down, going to be falling back. Who's with him? It is Oryx's. And now just watching towards that bin side. It is so close for him. He really is taking it slow. A couple more shots ringing out from that bomb site. Match A takes out Oryx's. Brian looks a little bit more nervous now as he moves back onto the statue. Can't make the jump onto it. Where's Spassky? Spassky moving out from the link area. Kaz takes out Match A. 1 versus 3. He does spot a head bobbing back and forth on that link side. Instead moving towards Cafe. The bomb is on statue. Although whether or not Zephyr is aware of it will only be seen. He does spot moves or lands the shot. Moving out, Wellesley to his left-hand side. Not going to know about it, though, and Wellesley to clear up the round. 2-4 is your score. And a lot slower round. But it was Zephyr's to take. Let's see if Kaz can get this opening shot here. The opening jump shot. There is smoke up. And it looks like HIGHJ are going for a very aggressive B push. They have got players pushing all the way down to this link area. Brian's the first one in. Hasn't gotten a frag just yet. Can he pick it up this round, though? He will be coming up behind Spassky. Does get it. Matches off to his right-hand side, but instead going for the push onto that spawn building. And a nade takes out HIGHJ. Good teamwork from HIGHJ so far as they carry on pushing up onto this bomb site. They have got a player over towards A to still catch the rotate. And with Muzel taking out Oryx's, it looks like Zephyr is still going to be holding onto this bomb site. Although Muzel gets taken out by Revi, who did move into this spawn building, of course. And Revi should be moving out towards the spawn, or out towards the balcony. It's not going to happen though. Kaz lands the final shot there onto Wellesley, and that's going to be 3-4 in favor of, or still in favor of Team Zephyr. HIGHJ currently on 11 frags after just 7 rounds. And let's see what he's doing oh so right. Goes for the scope jump. Smokes might be up already. They are going to go for smoke shots, of course. There is a slight gap as the smoke starts to clear. Lands the shot though onto Oryx's. Very good eyes from him. Can he get some more though? Has anyone else crossed the street? Is it a B push? He doesn't want to drop down here. He doesn't have the health for it. Will fall to his death. Unfortunate from him. And then again, lucky enough to get away from it, or to live after that first shot hit him. Muzel wants to sit down. Kaz is still up. Still has that scope, and of course towards that cafe sign. Can just go onto the little tarpaulin behind him and peek over towards that bin area and take out Muzel. Muzel going to be laying down. Watches Brian walk around the corner very casually and takes him out. Kaz now your last man standing, 1 versus 3. Has got the bomb with him. It's going to make it slightly easier, but letting off a shot like that just signals a rotate and lets the other team know that you're going for that B plant. Kaz there on the end of the row. Moving past Link. Still on towards that B bomb site. We can see that Zephyr are ringing around him. 1 player in each direction. And as soon as he tries to go to the bomb plant, or even that little movement with the player above him, will give away his position. 18 seconds left on the clock. Does spot the player in that spawn building. Gets tagged up. Machine coming in from the Deagle from that B entrance. And that'll be 3-5 in favor of Team Zephyr, holding on to that 2-round difference. And no doubt will be wanting to do it all the way up until the half. Is Castle going to be going for his slower peeking? Yes, by the looks of it, he is. Really could do some more damage. Does find a gap in the smoke, but that's a very small shot. And with the nades raining in, the smoke from those nades also blocking his view. But it seems like Zephyr have not been able to get themselves into a good position on this A site. The nade's taking out a player there, and if a nade drops well enough, could take out 2 players towards the spin site. And of course with HIGHJ actually sitting in there with his scope. Kaz taking out Muzel, and generally that would mean that that B bins area is clear, but of course they know HIGHJ is still alive. And HIGHJ doing everything he can to cover as much as he can. Really is one of the key players here for Team Zephyr. Does land the shot there onto Kaz, timing it as he jumps up to pick him off. Going back and forth. There is plays towards that spawn area, actually towards mid-side for HIGHJ. They are sticking together as they move forward. Are they going for the A though, or are they going for the B? It's pretty much wherever they can get a pick. But Zephyr are in a situation or in positions where they can get themselves to either bomb site as soon as they need be. HIGHJ onto FZU. Oryx is now your last man standing, 1 versus 3. Going to go right back into the position where his teammate dropped with an SMG pressuring him. Lands a couple of rounds there onto Wellesley, but Wells is going to be the one to finish it off, flying right past him in front of his screen. 3-6 is now your scoreline as you move into the 9th round. I say the 9th, I mean the 10th. Can we get some more from HIGHJ though? That is the big question. Is it going to keep on going and just powerhousing through HIGHJ? Or will Kaz finally realize how to take out the HIGHJ falling back to spawn? It looks like they have realized that there is quite a bit of B pressure. Kaz and HIGHJ meeting up here, and Kaz immediately falling back, not chancing it, especially with HIGHJ's aim being so on form today. HIGJ realizing Kaz has moved away, has spotted one moving through mid, tries to predict where that player was going to run, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. HIGJ getting heavily tagged up. There was by Kaz. Kaz positioning himself to actually catch off HIGJ, but it didn't seem like the bullet connected fully. HIGJ's going to be running away with that one. He has actually moved up into A, pulls out his deagle, spots two, lands, tags on one. Oryx is finishing him off with a headshot. Was a little bit lucky. Now Revi onto LZ. That means Spassky is your last man standing. Spassky takes out FZU. It's a 1 versus 3. Can he pull this one back though? It seems like Hijinks have learned to spread themselves out a little bit more. Kaz landing another tag. Kaz really being unfortunate with all these tags he's getting. Spassky spots Taz. Takes out Oryx's. Moves back. He knows Kaz could go Overlook or into that Cafe side. Looks like he is going to predict that Kaz moved into Cafe, and that shot ringing off, just completely confirming it. Can he take out any one of these players though? No, Kaz with an SMG going to come in from behind. 4-6 is now your scoreline. Hijinks fighting back, but Team Zephyr just really seem to be holding on to their 2-round lead, and matching on 15 frags. Can't do much about it. Where is Oryx though? He seems to be the one that is the force to be reckoned with on the Hijinks side. Bomb carrier too, nade smokes going out, playing that supportive AK role. And seems to be working out really well for him. Moves on to Revi. As Oryx is now falls back. We'll be seeing the rest of Hijinks actually try and move in towards his A side. Spassky in a good position though, takes out Brian and FZU. And now Oryx is finally shutting him down. Once again, Oryx is falling back. It does seem like his aggression has slowed down quite a bit. Matt takes out Kaz. Oryx is now your last man standing. Takes out Machine. Will Matt be peeking him? Yes, he will actually. Spots Oryx's, closes him off, and that's going to be 4-7 in favor of Team Zephyr. And even this at a halftime score, they'll be very happy with those 7 rounds. But it looks like they are going to be going for more, chasing for more. Taken away here with Wellesley. Actually, Machine having a very fast spawn. Is he going to be pushing this one out? There is smoke there. He can do it and is opting to sit on the side that allows him to look towards Underlook. Looks like he is itching to peek out on that mid street. His teammate in distress as 3 players push towards Cafe. Machine, will he move out? Kaz takes out Muzor. Machine could do something here for his team. Takes out FZU, has spotted the bomb. Will be able to call it. And his team will be able to move around onto their bomb site. Although with 3 still left from Hijinks, they're in a good position to get this bomb down. I think Spassky moving in. There is so much smoke. Kaz getting tagged up on that B side. Spassky lands the first one there onto Brian. And now with Revi giving away his position, Kaz gonna struggle there towards that B side. Finally closing off matching. Revi onto Spassky. And Hijinks finish it off with a 7-5 half. The only thing is that this is the exact same way that Team Zephyr ended off their half on the Crash side. So will there be a repeat of the last map, or will Team Zephyr be able to get themselves the map point here? Let's take it away here. Where is Mr. Kaz? See what these scopes do with their opening now. Will Kaz be going for that B peak? Looks like he's going for the lot safer approach, and it does pay off. Takes out Mache as Mache crosses for that jump shot. Not thinking Kaz will be watching that or challenging him. And then, of course, with that gets taken out. I say Hijinks have 2 rounds to play around with before really needing to get into their attack, but 2 rounds is not so much. Wellesley playing around on the speed side. Is there anyone to meet him though? Or anyone to challenge him? He's casually walking in here. Of course, the immediate threat is to the baskets on his right-hand side, but it doesn't look like he's going to do anything about it just yet. Takes out FZU. There is a scope towards the top spawn building. Finds nothing just yet though. Nade drops out from Kaz, holding onto that one very late. Wellesley is going to be scratching his head and trying to figure out why the hell would he be holding onto that nade that long. Brian goes back to pick himself up an AK, gets himself some of that long range. Machine and Wellesley, Machine and Muzor lost 2 standing here. Kaz trying to peek it out. but only getting tagged up by it. Kaz now moving forward. Looks like Wellesley has dropped. Muzo, last man standing, takes out Kaz. Got to be careful. There is a player towards the plant area. Does get tagged up quite a bit. There is Oryx is off to his right-hand side too. Plays in every which direction. And it doesn't seem like he'll be able to get to the bomb site either. HIGHJ's just baiting him out for time right now. Spray coming in from the lower of that plant bolt, or lower of the spawn area. Does actually take out Oryx. Doesn't have enough time to plant though, and Brian's just going to be able to run away here, hide, and nothing's going to come from it. We will see HIGHJ hopefully use their first round to just try and figure out how Team HIGHJ play. And from now on start picking up those rounds so they can also get themselves a map point. Let's see, will Matche be making that same mistake with Scope though? Does peek it towards lower spawn building, the shot doesn't connect. Kaz is also going to be a little bit upset by that one. Now an A push coming out here from Team Zephyr. So they are very focused around that A site. Revy sitting towards that statue, sorry, towards double bins. Smoke goes out, he smokes it up an extra time, and that's going to allow him to use the smoke as a rather safe path onto that A bomb site. He's got to be careful. He's going to need to lay down here and just hope that they do push that bomb site. Stands up, takes out Machine, takes out Matche too. There's one off to his right-hand side. Is he going to be using his Deagle? No, Wells' SMG just overpowering him through that wall. Now 1 versus 2. He's watching that sky, making sure that nothing comes in from above. And a nade does come in. Will he be able to get away? No, he won't. The travel distance on that grenade is just perfectly timed so that if you do see it, it's most likely too late. Kaz versus Spassky. Kaz is not moving in though. Is he going to be going around Cafe side? There's 30 seconds left on the clock. He does actually have enough time to be doing this. And Spassky is not expecting this one at all. And with that, Deagle's going to be shutting down Spassky. And his hands go up in the air. He's going to be disappointed about that one. And that's going to take it to 7-7, evening it out. HIGHJ's fighting back, not throwing in the towel just yet. Looking over at the scoreboard, we do see Matche on 17 frags. Oryx is catching up though. And it looks like Muzo and Spassky also in there getting themselves quite a few frags. The SMGs for the Zephyr side not doing as well as you'd hope. Especially after their very strong defense or A play on Crash. Whereas Revy sitting in this A side here. He's got a player off to his right and one off to his left. That's going to overpower him. Brian picks up the revenge frag, though. He's got another teammate in there in the form of Oryx's to help him out. And even Matche is trying to get in some of the action. As he sits all the way from Flower, scoping into the Cafe side. It looks like we do have 2 players for Team Zephyr pushing up on the B area. We do see Matche has spotted Kaz. Will they be challenging each other? No, Kaz are rather going to fall back and defend the B side. Nade drops out. Muzo gets slightly tagged up. Will Muzo push around the corner though? Oh right, it was Muzo getting tagged up for something completely differently. It is Wellesley, that SMG pushing in. 2 players still towards the A side for Team HIGHJ. We do see Brian going down. There is another chance here for him. Kaz takes out Muzo. Will Oryx be jumping across? Wellesley takes out Kaz. Matche, what are you doing? Quickly pull out your scope. He misses the shot, pulls out his Deagle. Oryx has taken out Wellesley. And Matche, looking away for that split second, has completely turned the tides. And Oryx now has a chance to pull this one back for his team. Matche doesn't have enough time to rotate back to the other bomb site, which means he'll have to go for a plant here or try and find Oryx's, but that's not going to happen. Going for the plant. Will Oryx be peeking out? He can't actually see Matche. Bullets fly out from Oryx's AK, but nothing connects. And Matche's Deagle bringing it in for them. And that's going to take it to 8-7, putting them back that 1 round into the lead. Very well played there from Matche. Playing it very confidently with their Deagle. Really going aggressive against an AK. Will Kaz be able to find Matche this round, though? Or will Matche be on the other side of the map, actually? Going towards the A side. Nade's flying in. Machine takes out Revy. Matche going for that spot aim onto the B shops area, and it wouldn't have worked, or it would have worked if there wasn't smoke, as FC takes out Machine, and HIGHJ's getting himself back into the lead. Brian towards Taps, gonna be laying it down, doesn't want to expose himself. Oryx onto Spassky. FC rotating around the back. He could grab himself a frag here, as he does hear players moving into mid-shop. It is Matche with that scope. Takes out moves, or he knows the other one's to mid shops too. And what is Matcha going to do? He is surrounded by HIGHJ's players. He's stuck inside a building. He does not have the bomb with him. The odds are so greatly stacked against him. And with that, we will see the scale tipping in favor of HIGHJ as it brings it back to 8-8. And Matcha not able to hold that one off. Oryx is now taking the frag lead over Matcha as he grabs himself 20 frags. We're sitting on 20 frags. Will Matcha be able to find Kaz this round? No, he won't, but a B push is very imminent from Team Zephyr. They are pushing forward. Where is Machine? He's going to be leading this push with that SMG. And it does seem like Team HIGHJ are suspecting this. Smoke's going out from Machine and Spaz. They're going to be pushing forward. Machine making sure those barrels are clear. It looks like a very well-established strategy here from Team Zephyr. This Machine still pushing forward. Does not look below him, though, and will be taken out for it. Spassky has been able to get into a nice position to try and take out that player on that market area. Trying to spray under the stands. Gets nothing. Bullets flying through from the wall. He's not connecting from much, and way more is coming in onto him. Does finally shut down FZU, and that's going to mean that Matcha can push in, but Oryx is quick to shut him down. Spassky 1 versus 3 as he sits in the speed bomb site. And nothing is going to go his way as Oryx finally shuts him down. Oryx is really holding that B bomb site very well. Grabbed himself another 2 frags that round. And really seems to be shutting down the Team Zephyr where they go. But then again, his movement I have noticed his movement is really good. Rotating to this bomb sites as soon as he knows something is up. Let's play around with him a couple of seconds as he gets naded, which is pure chance. And with FC now moving forward with that AK, wants to take up that role to watch the mid area. Zephyr yet to lose a player this round, and HIGHJ have actually grabbed the lead for the first time. Machine takes out Brian. Musa falls back to cover that street. Got to remember that scope is still up for HIGHJ. Kaz lands another tag onto Spassky. I feel so sorry for this man and the amount of times he's landed shots that only tag. Watching down into Cafe, really trying to find Matcha. Revu grabs himself 2 more frags. He's gotten himself 4 so far. Wellesley finally the one to shut him down. But what can Wellesley do with it? He is 1 versus 2. There is a play just right in front of him, but FZU laying down looks like a dead body. And Zephyr now moving 2 rounds into the lead. Team Zephyr really need to bring themselves back. They need to get themselves into this game once again. They were playing it so well from the start. And unfortunately, it just seemed to be slipping towards the end. Kaz trying to look into that smoke. Will find nothing, though. Machine is pushing up just below him. Where is Machine? There he is. He is below that scope jump. Car's blowing up. Musa gets a couple of tags. Machine get the next frag. He is trying to find something. No players dropping as of yet. Kaz the first one to get it this round. Takes out Machine. Brian spots one on the front of that wall. He's standing on that car. Not connecting just yet. Zephyr 2 men behind. Need to pull this one back. Brian takes out Muzo. Revi coming around the corner. Does find Wellesley. HIGHJ just coming out on top right now. Oryx is on to Spassky. And that's going to mean 8-11. And HIGHJ, once again, Team Zephyr only grabbing 1 round this half so far. Can't say it was a repeat of the previous game. But it definitely looks like it is going towards HIGHJ right now. We do see a very fast push in here from Machine and Wellesley. They've got 4 players in the front of that A site. But it doesn't look like it's going to need too much as Brian takes out Spassky. Wellesley onto Brian to get the revenge frag though. Muzo onto Oryx's. Flags going left, right, and center as Wellesley finally starts pushing forward towards that bin area, trying to cut off the reinforcements. Going for a plant here. Kaz, the only man left standing, has actually tagged up Machine on that bomb site. Machine seeing it just in time before being taken out himself. Deagle in hand. Kaz trying to push forward. Wellesley laying down loads of fire. Lands the no-scope. Wells is going to be a little bit upset about that one. He's gotten his first frag in his 1 versus 3. He's going to be climbing onto the spin to try and look towards back taps. No, he's not. He's going to be moving in towards his bomb site. Lets his position be known as he... is he going for a straight defuse? It looks like he wanted to, but Machine takes him out. 9-11 is the scoreline. Still in it for Zephyr. Let's try and bring this one back. The question is going to take a lot of hard work. And they need to start pouncing now as the rounds are running out. Match are going to move forward. Is going to be watching that. A cross. Yes, he is. There is a very big gap in that smoke. Looks like the smokes from Team Zephyr a little bit better than that of HIGH. Moving into mid-shops. He's got to be careful. There is an SMG right in front of him. Lands the first shot, but Revy with a headshot to finish him off. That's going to be one apiece for either side. Brian takes out Spassky. Wellesley onto Ravi. Where is Efsu? He's moving out of link. He has heard plays moving into A. He's going to be moving forward with that. HIGH pretty much know that all of Zephyr are in that A side. Machine getting tagged up. Efsu laying down loads of fire. Moves are getting heavily tagged up. Kaz takes out Wellesley. Brian staying calm here. He knows the bomb's in Cafe. Efsu takes out Machine. Moozle's your last man standing. Where is he? He is pretty much stuck behind this bin wall, or behind this garage wall, and Brian's going to be one to take him up, putting them onto map point. 12-9 is your scoreline. HIGH bringing this one back, and just looking at their scores really well spread out among the team. Well, I say that for HIGH. Zephyr, on the other hand, just not fragging enough right now. This is getting tagged up in the first round. Zephyr need to make a move now. They need to make something happen. Efsu takes up Machine, not starting off too well for them. Spassky moving across. Is he going to spot anything into mid? Does spot one onto B-Link. Going to call that. HIGH takes out Efsu. Pushing out a Cafe. Or was that Efsu all the way down in B-Link? What is HIGH doing? Looks like he's moving towards the front of A. Oryx is watching that entrance like a hawk. Muzor takes out Oryx's. Kaz and Brian pushing together here. And there is a play in the Cafe side. It is Spassky. Spassky not getting any frags, but a scope and an SMG working together to try and close him off. Poor man is now running for his life, and he has the bomb with him. That's definitely going to be called. And now HIGH just need to hold that bomb area, or just hold the area where the bomb is. Muzel takes out Rev. It's all up to Brian to try and finish this one off for Team HIGH. And it looks like he's just going to keep moving. He doesn't want to let Team Zephyr get into a position where they know where he is or can predict his movement. Coming around this corner, there is actually a player coming from those palms area, and he looks away just in time. These players are literally right under each other. Muzel and Brian. We do see Brian landing loads of tags there onto Match, and Match just falling into the cover of that lower scope jump area. Now they're going to be going for a plant onto the B. They don't have time. They must go for the plant now. If Brian can just stop this plant, coming on the corner, lands loads of bullets. Can he get it? Yes, he can onto Match, and that's going to seal it. Well, I lied. Moose actually flew around the corner and actually took out HIGH. My bad. And that means that Zephyr in it for one more round. Can they bring this one back, take it to overtime, and maybe stand a chance of winning it once more? Match onto Kaz, starting off strong. All the nades maybe rain in onto the bins area. Revy spots a player onto the hotel wall, pulls out his deagle, lands a shot there onto Muzor. But with only one player left on that B side, it looks like, I was about to say HIGH aren't all that good in their positions, but they are all completely stuck in underlook. And if anyone can tell you anything about Strike, it is do not get stuck in overlook and underlook. And that is pretty much where their whole team is situated. With the majority of their team, they have got one player trying to rotate around the back. They've dropped the bomb on those ties, allowing them to pick up the bomb from inside of A. Machine playing around with Efzu here on this plant area. Pushes out a link, takes out Efzu, moves her onto Revy. Machine has spotted a player towards the lower side of that spawn building. But their players are so split. Have they picked up the bomb once more? Yes, they have. It is actually moving into them. Oryx is watching inside that B area. Moves or spots Brian. They haven't picked up the bomb. They will be able to pick it up from inside of A, though. As you can see there. And I'm moving on to that A bomb site. Muzel's going to have a tough time, though. It's going to be something massive for his team if they can pull this one off. Oryx, does he have a grenade? He doesn't, but he is on that bin, and they're just going to wait for Muzel to peek up any second here. Brian moves in. Muzel getting heavily tagged up. Oryx to take it, and that's going to be the GGs. And HIGHJ take it 13-10 in favor of Team... Oh, sorry, yeah. Team HIGHJ take it 13-10 on the second map. And smile still all around from Team Zephyr. They are no team to just be let down by that. And that means HIGHJ advance through to the second round of the playoffs.